Hey guys, it's John here bringing you a market update. I'm going to go over some of the positions we were looking at yesterday, and I also have some new stocks that I want to talk to you about for trading tomorrow. First, we want to go over the SPY. Where is the broad market at? And right now we can see this is where we're at. Down here was kind of a sideways day. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Most importantly, we're still trading above the 5-day moving average, which is still sloping upwards. That's nice to see. Today, though, was not much. We didn't have much action. We pulled back, and then we kind of basically just went sideways in here. I would expect tomorrow we do get that pullback down to this 5-day moving average and test that 5-day. That might come at a gap, too. And the reason why I say that, we can see that this last candle of the day, or the last 15 minutes of the day, we had some pretty big selling. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a gap lower tomorrow and we push down to that 5-day moving average, and then maybe we can find some support and continue higher from there. So that's just something to keep in mind. I want to first go over some of the other stocks we had been watching yesterday. First one, let's go over AGEN. Go to daily time frame first, and you can see this one it hasn't moved yet. I'm going to take this one off the list because we've had this gap down, and I just don't trust this stock. So that one's going off the list. The next one is JAZZ. And JAZZ hasn't really been doing what I've expected it to. It did get up to this area of resistance right here again today, and I would have liked to have seen it break through this line and continue higher, but it touched it and then it backed off. One thing I do like to see is we're still above the 5-day moving average, which is this black line, and the 5-day moving average is still, slightly upward. It's kind of starting to level out here, but it's still moving upward, still increasing. So tomorrow, maybe we do finally come down, touch that 5-day, and then we get this next move higher. I definitely think this one could still be a mover. Go back to the daily time frame. I'm expecting it to retest this high up here. I would like to see it jump back up to this level. And if it can jump up to that level again, I think it's going to complete this cup and handle pattern. And then we might see a nice bigger move above this area. So that's something to just keep in your mind. Let's go over the next stock that we had on our watch list. That was SBGI. I had said that we wanted to watch this one because it had broken out of such a nice pattern. Again, this cup and handle. It seems to be a theme of some of these stocks of late, so it's something we want to pay attention to. So the cup and handle was broken. We had a nice rally, but now today we've pulled back. And look at where we pulled back to. We pulled back right to that 5-day moving average. This is not a coincidence. This 5-day moving average is very important. I think tomorrow, if you see this stock push back up, and the 5-day moving average continue higher, so we see that 5-day moving average act as support, I think this would be a great buying opportunity. You buy it, and then you place your stop right underneath that 5-day moving average. So if the stock does decide to crash down, you sell it if it breaks that 5-day moving average. Going on to SCSS. SCSS was a big winner 2 days ago, or yesterday, but today it's kind of sold off here. It's kind of settling in, consolidating a little bit. Keep an eye on this one. It could still be a big mover. WMB, I had said buy it off of this bounce on this trend line. It had gotten a nice 2-day bounce. Now it's pulling back and consolidating a little bit. This one, I don't know. I wouldn't hold too much out for this. If you got some profits, I would take it in there. Let's go to MGM. This one, again, I have been waiting for its big move because I like the longer-term base that it's developed in here. Still hasn't happened, still needs time. Again, I'm still looking for it to break this resistance line at this black line right here. So clearly it hasn't done that, but we still want to keep this one on our watch list. ALD, same way. ALD hasn't broken that level of resistance right here at 454. It's kind of starting to pull back a little bit, so this one might not be in play for maybe a couple weeks, maybe even a month. So just keep this one in the back of your mind. Add it to your list. Maybe add a price alert up here, but don't be too concerned about this one for tomorrow. VG is another one that we had looked at for tomorrow, and it didn't really do much either. Still waiting for it to break this 164. Again, this is daily time frame. Still waiting for it to break above that level. You can keep an eye on it. I'm not gonna hold too much hope out for this one. AAC, again, we did have a really nice move. Let's go to a 1 minute time frame. And you can see right off the bat, this 1 minute time frame is a mess. And you know what? I'm going to take this one off because it's clearly not trading enough in here. The liquidity is really low. We don't want to trade this one at all. Okay, the one thing I do want to mention is SOMX. Now, yesterday I had told you guys that you could purchase this stock after it had broken above this level right here. I said this was going to be a great purchase, intraday buy, of course, if it had broken this level. And today, look, it broke that level and it just skyrocketed here. And where did I say that it might go? I said that it could go back up to this $3 range. And look at where it went. It went right up to that area. Granted, after it went to that area, it has sold off. So this would have only been a day play. You would have wanted to purchase it early in the morning, watched it get up to that 295 area, and then sell it, then get rid of it. But you can see that this was a good play. I had seen that pattern develop. I had seen that pattern, let's go back to daily time frame, of the gap up, then the consolidation on lighter volume, and then the big push higher. So hopefully you guys got involved in this play. I did early on. I made a good amount of it. I remember I bought a couple thousand shares down in here at about 239, and I sold the rest of them, I think, up at about 270. I sold them a little early, could have waited, but it was a great play. Made a lot of money off of it. These are the ones you want to look for. Want to go over RF. That was another one on our watch list. Similar to MGM and ALD, this one just isn't there yet. It's pulling back a little bit. We want to wait till it breaks above this line at 692. Set an alert for it. Still keep it on your watch list, but it hasn't developed quite yet. The new ones for today. First one I want to go over is CAB, or Cabela's. And up here in Minnesota, where I am living, Cabela's is huge. It's a great outdoor store. But I really don't know anything about the company or about their business model or anything like that. I don't pay attention to that. I only pay attention to technicals. And the technicals are telling me that it's bouncing up against this level of resistance that had been bugging it through this last year. And I like what I see because this is somewhat resembling that those cup and handle patterns that we had been seeing lately. This being the cup, and then this being the handle that's forming over here now. I think if we can get above this area, and let me just delete those real quick. I think if we can get above this area, this black line, and we push above that, I think this would be a great buy. You buy it as it breaks past resistance, and then you hold on to it and you watch it like a hawk. So we can zoom in to a 15-minute time frame. Get a better look at that. And right now we're right at that 5-day moving average, a little bit above it. So that's nice to see. But I think an early entry into this stock right here at 1660. So if this stock can break through that 1660, I say you buy it and then you put your stop probably underneath the 5-day moving average, or your stop will be the 5-day moving average. So that if price comes down and breaks that 5-day, then you sell it. Another one of the new ones I want to go over is MAT. Start on a daily time frame. MAT is looking interesting because it's pushing up against this clear level of resistance that's been tested here once, twice, 3 times, not testing it again. This one, this isn't going to be a big performer. I don't think we're going to see a lot out of it, but I do think we could still see some continued upside. So keep that one on your list. Again, that's MAT. The other one I wanted to go over is AVGO. And AVGO, I think, is going to be one of our better plays. So I think you really want to pay attention to this one. Now, I like what I'm seeing here because of the pattern that's developing. But more specifically, I like what I'm seeing on this 15-minute time frame. We've got the 5-day moving average here. Price has been kind of trying to find some support. It's broken up above that 5-day moving average now. Now it's closed above the 5-day moving average, and the 5-day moving average is starting to slope higher. So I think tomorrow you could get an early entry in the stock right above this level, and that's at about, 1765. So I think if price starts out tomorrow morning and breaks above that level, you purchase it right here. Let's see if I can get an arrow. Oh, gosh, this arrow tool just does not work well. Okay, there we go. Geesh. Okay, so you purchase it right as it breaks that line, right as it breaks this black line. You buy it there, and then you can set your stop probably, again, right underneath that 5-day moving average. I like to use the 5-day moving average as my stop. I think it gives it enough room to really move. But so AVGO, I think this one could be a big mover. I think we could see it retest these highs back up here at around 1930. It's a pretty new stock. It hasn't been trading for that long, only a couple months. So I think this will be a good one. Otherwise, good luck trading tomorrow, and I will be back tomorrow with another update.